or do anything about the sorting system.
Yeah.
Demotivates.
Alright, so I'm in creative mode, and I have no explanation why. So, yeah. But I did want to
Uh,
talk about how a huge source of inactivity on the server right now, I mean, the fact that it's basically dead. I mean, only one or two people are playing, like, at any given time, which is, it's dead for us, okay? So, not a lot has been getting done, and I totally get it. I mean, personally, I really wish that people would just work when they can and try and figure stuff out. But that kind of leads to where I was going with this, where the sorting system on the world is looking pretty close to here in creative, where it's just about done. It's almost completely functional. The only thing that's left is like filling in the sorters and a little bit of the wiring, which a lot of the people who helped build this, frankly, they don't know how to do it themselves. I'll just be honest. I mean, they don't. They admit it. Viral's a good example of someone who, like, he helped build up a ton of this. Okay, you know what? I'll mention this in video because he gave me shit about this. I mentioned in a past episode that the roof was almost completely done by TNT, and it was, but Viral did the ceiling on the inside, and he spent a lot of time doing this, so gotta give due credit where credit is due. Do. But a lot of people, like Viral for example, because I know he won't mind me mentioning, doesn't really do a whole lot of the redstone on the server. Like he helps building and he likes to play, but the redstone stuff is just kind of left to the other members. And that's why like the people who are even capable of like really finishing this thing are few and far between and or busy with other things. So not a lot's been getting done. And I'm just kind of flying around here right now. I'm going to go log in survival while I'm talking. So that's kind of a big reason why a lot of people haven't been playing. In fact, I'm going to log in, I think, yep, right here. This is what happened yesterday. I logged in, I went to a line schematic, and then I realized I don't want to play Minecraft. So I went and played Borderlands for 3 hours, and it was awesome. I loved it. But long story short, I never actually aligned the schematic. Because that's the other thing. I think the base for the I shouldn't have even logged on. I think the base for the sorting system is almost complete. I'm going to go check that out in creative and see if it's there. I'm just going to do this live. I don't really care. It came out in our Discord today that these don't actually have a whitelist on them, which is true. If you're an asshole and you like griefing people, you should know that our default game mode is spectator. So you're never going to get anywhere with that, but yeah, I don't know. That's just a fun fact. If you're a viewer and you're not an asshole, if you want to come check all this stuff out, I mean, it's not private. That's what it's gonna look like. Holy shit, I haven't seen this in person. That's complete. Oh my god. Okay, so Rubik's assured me that this was spawn proof and it looks like all of these are slabs. Wow. This looks really awesome. I should hop on and build this. Wow, okay. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, this has been done in creative for an unknown amount of time, and all that's needed to be done was somebody to just log on and do it. And nobody has. I don't know why. I mean I'm not free of guilt. I didn't log on and do it, so I can't complain necessarily, but a lot of people just complain like, "Ooh, I don't know what to do," and then they don't do it. So that's why a lot of people haven't been playing on the server as much and why these episodes have been kind of coming out fewer. That and high school. High school is like getting my head dunked underwater. It's like every morning I wake up without enough sleep. I go to school or my head's just dunked underwater and I can't, that was the wrong, and then I can't breathe. It's like that torture where they dunk your head underwater, you can't breathe, and then you come up gasping for air for like 2 seconds, and then they put you right back down. That's kind of what like going home after school is for me. I'm too exhausted to even enjoy Minecraft. And then if I play Minecraft like for a good amount of time, like a few hours, and then I start recording, and then I edit the video, well, sometimes a good session will go until like 10 o'clock at night, and if I'm going to edit this video, then I'm forfeiting sleep. So a lot of times I just end up not even playing Minecraft in the first place, to be honest. And I really don't like doing that. I mean, I love making these videos, and I wish I could make them every day, but there is literally not enough time in my day to enjoy my personal life while making these episodes. There's a cat going crazy outside. It was you who wanted to go out. It's winter time. You saw the snow. Stupid. I feel bad for him because, like, if I don't let my cat outside, then he he has to use the litter box. But if he goes outside, then he can do his thing. I get it. Bros before getting up to not let your cat, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, that's just kind of what's going on with the server. So I'm going to try and play a little bit more. I'm feeling pretty good today. In fact, I got Mountain Dew and I'm actually awake. It seems like I got enough sleep tonight, so I'm probably going to get something done on the server. But that's a little update on Minerva. Recording. Alright, so what am I doing? I am actually redesigning something Rubik's changed. He made this elevator go, I think, one block diagonally in, so he moved my hopper, and I'd rather have two hoppers instead of three. Really just a minor detail, but what's going to end up happening here is I'm going to move this whole ice stream over one block. The reason it couldn't do that before is because this other ice stream kind of intercepted it, and it comes down at this block. And I broke this block to see what was back there. This can't be changed. So I'm just going to raise this ice stream up a little bit and then just have it go over one. What do we got going on here? LaFlossie's not actually in the... Why is he going with this design? Oh, this is the one that he... Yep, okay. I don't remember exactly whose design this was for an item elevator. I mentioned this in the villager area, and I referenced it from a design for a wither farm which LaFlossie set up. So I know he's fond of this design, but I'm not entirely certain that this is the best way to go. I think my way still works, I'm not gonna lie. We're talking with Ghoulby, and this is the second time I've been recording this video, and I've said something so... He changed his username. That threw me off. Said something so interesting that I wanted to say on camera. So we're talking about the daily videos and why these are so difficult. I'm gonna start working on this ice stream. And... like, it's not so difficult as much as it is just kind of exhausting, and to keep up with that workload is tricky. But the whole part of this Ruby Hut series, Ruby Center series, the Ruby Huts are a different project entirely, is to upload whatever it is that we did that day. And that's great. I love the concept still. It's just kind of exhausting to do, especially when you have school and you can't get as much sleep. And I think I already talked about this earlier. So the point that we were just making was... What the fuck were we just talking about? Oh yeah, is that it seems like my fan base, or at least, you know, you guys watching who enjoy the videos, definitely tend to prefer the more vloggy, daily-esque style videos that are a little bit more impromptu and a lot more showing of what's going on in the server, instead of like the traditional zip crowd, every few months you might get a server tour style of videos. Personally, I definitely prefer these kind of updates because, I mean, we are human beings on an active server doing things, so why not make videos about it? I'm over here, pardon the black screens, just messing around, and it turns out that whoever built this didn't place any of the redstone dust. That needs to be done, because, you know, I don't want to, you know, tell people how to play Minecraft or anything, but in my experience, redstone sorters, they don't usually do anything if they don't have any wiring. So it actually isn't that bad. It turns out that to get back here, I can go ahead and destroy circuits like this. These ones are completely unnecessary. Whoever put these in didn't get the memo, and I think we already talked about that as a server. So if you're listening to this, I think, yeah, whoever did it, just mind it. No foul. No harm, no foul. But I'm just gonna tear through these, digging my way in, and then eventually I get to the bottom where I can just put in the wiring. Alright, so the server's being a son of a bitch, because the lag is just atrocious. And the last time that we had this issue, resetting the iron farm fixed it. Now, I don't necessarily want to do that, but the lag is... I don't know if I cut this out of one of my other videos, but we did have a ton of issues with the server being really, really laggy. I just restarted it, so like we all just joined back in. And it cleared up the RAM usage. In fact, let me just check on my off screen. But it has not fixed the lag. You'll be updated shortly. So I gotta link this ice stream up to that up there. So if you haven't been watching so far, the ice stream comes down from the other side of the sorting system over here, and then it comes up this elevator, and then it's going to go through the left side of the sorting system. Once again, that's because Rubik's is just a nice, awesome person and didn't want anything blocking his window. So I had to reroute some things, but that's fine, it works, it's good. And that's going to have glowstone under it and some coal, so I'm going to plan for the future because I don't have any of that on me and I cannot be bothered to go grab some. But let's talk about the future of the server. So I'm half talking to the people in Discord right now and half talking to the camera. that after this project, I think we are just gonna dive bomb straight into the villager area, because that's the absolute next step. Just get that checked off. I personally will not be spending nearly as much time there as I have in other worlds, because I'm the one who always does it. I think on one world I had 56,000 villager trades without a macro, so come at me, bro. And then on the last world I had something like 20 or 30,000. So it's always me, and if I ever have to look at a villager's GUI again, I am probably going to turn this game off forever. That's an exaggeration, but I don't enjoy doing it anymore. So I'll just design the area and then let the guys do what they want to do. And then after that, next thing, sounds a little crazy, but I think we're going to switch it up. We're going to go straight for the wither farm. That is probably the... What am I doing with this? That is easily the next thing to do, because we need beacons. A beacon is like a sorting system. So right now we're setting the groundwork. Once we get the villager area set up and ready, then we'll have the enchantments and the tools and the armor to accomplish anything. You know, anytime anybody joins the server, they'll be like, okay, so, or we'll be like, okay, so just go straight to the villager area, go get your mending books, your enchantments, you know, get all that squared away. New members will be all set. Nobody will have to worry about it. Anytime your armor breaks, you'll be able to repair it. Currently on our server, getting a mending book is a not a pain in the butt, more of a... It's not fun and I don't like it. It's so difficult because we don't have any kind of proper setup for that, right? What am I doing? And it's just annoying. So once we get that set up, we'll be totally clear. And then what we need next is a wither skeleton farm for the beacons, because these are the kind of projects that will help with every other project, like a sorting system. Once we have all of our items in the game in one place, then we'll be set up to build everything else with the enchantments that we get from the villager area, and then building things with the beacons from the wither skeleton farm. More specifically, all of the perimeters around this, it'd be really nice to illustrate this, but I'm inside right now. All of the perimeters around this perimeter will have beacons. So currently, I'm going to head out there as I'm talking. Currently, we have, I think, 9 beacons, or it's supposed to be 9 beacons. Right now, we have something like 13. So let's take off with an elytra and my elite. Come on. There we go. No! I give up. Okay. So right now we have that many beacons right there. But in a perfect world, I mean that both literally and figuratively, when we are done with the Wither Skeleton Farm, this beacon pyramid here, for example, is just a single beacon right now. But in the future, it'll be 5 beacons. That one will be 5 beacons, 5 beacons, 5 beacons, and then it'll be a total of about 45 beacons per perimeter. And then for the middle one, we're going to have 5 beacons, 5 beacons, 5 beacons, 5 beacons, because we are absolutely nuts. And then, and each perimeter surrounding it, so 1, 2, 3, 4 more perimeters, we're going to have each of those filled with 45 more beacons. So, yeah, I would say a wither farm is definitely necessary. And if we can just have beacons on standby to set up for haste and jump boost and speed for all of the perimeters that need to be dug, that will be incredibly useful. Of course, we'll be using TNT dupers, but that usually only goes down to Y15. That way we can grab the diamonds and don't have to deal with the lava as much. And I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, we dig it down from there. So that's kind of the future of the server, and I would say I'm going to continue doing this, even though it's true, but I've been doing it this whole time, so I never really stopped. So I guess I continue. I don't know. Where are my shulker boxes? Where's Little Red? Okay, here it is. Wood, that's not mine. Sky blue, dabba dee dabba die. Okay. It looks like most of my Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter. Oh, that's funny. Somebody thought I wouldn't notice. Somebody renamed my white shulker box to Black Lives Matter, and someone renamed my black shulker box to White Lives Matter, and thought he was some kind of clever. No, I don't like that. Mm-mm. But anyway, my shulker boxes, I always have these in my inventory. If you have been a fan of the series for a while, they've been out here and about because people have been taking from them, which is good, because we're all working on this together and they need materials. But I just wanted to make sure that they were all here, because I noticed that the clock down here is actually pretty empty. Because of course when this thing is completely done, the clock's going to be totally empty, there's going to be nothing on top of the clock, and it'll only activate when people are using it. But I noticed that it was clean, then I just wanted to find my shulker boxes. Alright, this video came out to be 29 minutes long. I'm gonna cut it into two parts, and I hope that's alright. I think this has been a pretty awesome episode, and it's only gonna get better. You're probably wondering what you're looking at. So this is actually the beginning of the next part where I talk about Rubik's channel. Rubik's Rocks is the main builder on our server, and he's responsible for the Ruby Center and the Ruby Huts and the perimeter, and they look spectacular. If you want to see more of that, link to his channel in the description. But there will be a little bit more information about his channel in the beginning of the next episode, so I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.